Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Adeline. So this week I thought it would be nice to kind of get cozy. I'm wearing my very cozy Suzanne jumper and start talking about my winter wish list, because I really feel like this week the weather has taken a bit of a turn. It's definitely getting colder out there. Winter is coming. I am definitely not prepared for the cold weather. And so I am starting to kind of look at what I want from my winter wish list and kind of deciding and prioritizing what I can buy. And that's why I think a wish list is a really great idea. It kind of helps me see everything all in one place, see what's actually missing from my wardrobe and what I need to purchase. And it helps me budget as well. So I'm someone that would rather buy 2 or 3 really good items that I can wear season after season, rather than getting 6 or 7 sort of like mediocre items that maybe won't last as long or aren't as good quality. So this video is my winter wish list. I definitely will not be buying everything on this wish list. This is just kind of me brain dumping everything out into a video, but I hope you enjoy it. And so let's get into it. So I hope you don't mind me being rude and looking at my phone, but my wish list is on my phone. So I want to start with coats, because obviously coats are such a big category. And I feel like my coat wardrobe is kind of lacking a little bit. I actually haven't bought a wool winter coat in maybe 3 or 4 years. And the thing is, in the UK, we wear coats for about 7 months of the year. And so I actually have 2 styles that I'm thinking of getting. In a dream world where I have no responsibilities and can spend all my money on clothes, I would get both, but I think I could probably just invest in one of them this year. And so the first coat that I am thinking of investing in is from The Curated. And as you know, I absolutely love The Curated. I have 3 of their blazers, but I actually don't own any of their coats. So I think this is the year that I add a curated coat to my collection. And the coat from The Curated that I'm thinking of getting is the boyfriend coat in either navy or black. I'm not sure which color I want to go for. I feel like black is, that's a pretty safe option, but I am really loving navy this year. So I'm kind of thinking about it in my head. So the boyfriend coat is a wool and cashmere mix. It has a really nice sort of dropped shoulder, and I think is the more oversized fit of all of their coats. And for me personally, I prefer an oversized fit in a coat because it means that you can layer up underneath. You can wear like really thick jumpers that maybe has a sort of bigger sleeve or just more bulky things underneath, and you can still wear your coat really comfortably on top. But at the same time, there is a waist tie on this coat, so you can sort of cinch it in if you want a more, like streamlined look. So like I said, I think that for my own lifestyle, the boyfriend coat from The Curated is something that I could work into my life really easily, really well. If I do end up getting that coat, the next sort of style of coat that I would like to get is a more sort of masculine, boxy, straight, tailored coat. For example, and let's just take the price out of the equation for this coat that I'm about to show you, but I really love the style of this totem coat. It has these double-breasted buttons, and the cut is kind of exactly what I'm looking for. It is really smart and chic, and it's definitely something that I could see working really well in my wardrobe, but maybe not as well as a more oversized fit. I feel like the boyfriend coat from The Curated just would be a lot easier for me personally to style as a first coat. But I also really like this one from Mango in this dark brown shade. I think it looks really expensive. I like that the shoulders look very strong and structured. I think you want that in a straight coat. You want to get those sort of angles, and I think that is what makes the coat look quite expensive. And another high street option that I came across is one from COS. I think this is a really great one. I really like that it's single-breasted, it is very minimal, and it's just a really, really timeless style. So I think that's a really good one as well. And lastly, I came across this grey one from 12 Stories. I've never actually shopped there before, but I've seen them a lot on Instagram, and I really like the designs that they produce. Again, I love this double-breasted design. I think it's such a classic, easy to wear style. And this one is also a wool and cashmere mix, so it would be a really good buy. And it's also 40% off at the time of me looking at this, so maybe that is a good option. The search for knee-high boots continues. If you watched my last video, it was my Sézane video, you will have seen my kind of dilemma over the knee-high boots that I got from Sézane. They were in black suede. So ultimately, I did decide to return them, unfortunately. I just can't justify having a suede pair in the UK because it just rains way too much. So I returned them and I'm going to look for a leather pair. And so far I have two on my list. One I saw recently from COS. I think these are only online, but I really like the heel on this pair. They kind of square off, and I think that looks like, you know, it has that little bit of detail, that little bit of something extra. And I also like that it has a pointed toe. I think that would look really nice to sort of elongate your legs and make you look taller. And secondly, this pair has actually been on my list for a few years. It's from Dear Francis, which is one of my favorite shoe brands. They have this knee-high boot in their core collection, so they have this every season. And even though it is a bit more of a stiletto heel rather than a stacked heel, because it's only 7 centimeters, I actually think it's still really wearable and walkable. In past experience, I have a few heels that are 7 centimeters tall, and for me, that's a really quite an easy heel height for me to walk around in. So moving on to jackets now, and you all know I love a blazer, and I know that you guys love blazers too. But in the same way that a blazer can so easily just elevate anything that you're wearing, I also think that a cropped sort of structured jacket does the same. And there are a few jackets that I'm really liking at the moment, and they all seem to have a very similar structure to them, so you'll see what I mean. So firstly, I saw this one from Theory. It is in a dark navy, it's wool and cashmere, and I really like the fit of this jacket. I think especially for us sort of petite ladies, we would find this cropped fit more flattering, and I like that the sleeves are a little bit cropped as well. I think that looks really nice. And yeah, I think you can get a lot of wear out of this jacket, not just this season. I definitely think this would be a piece that you keep bringing back out year after year. It's such an easy one to wear. The next one that I have been eyeing up, this tab has been open on my laptop for like a good couple weeks now, is this one from a Korean brand called Blossom, and it's on W Concept. So this one has a double-breasted button detail. It's in really nice tweed sort of boucle fabric, and I can just imagine wearing this with like high-waisted trousers and boots and pairing it with my Chanel bag, and it's very sort of classic sort of Chanel look with that tweed boucle material. So I really like that. And one more jacket from W Concept that I'm really liking at the moment is this one from a brand called N-Or. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But I really like this one because it almost has a sort of vintage feel about it. I feel like it looks like you could have thrifted this jacket. And it has a really nice tweed herringbone pattern on it. I really like that brown piping that goes across like the buttons and the collar. And again, that sort of collarless neckline. I think it works really well for winter because you can wear a coat on top and you don't get sort of all that bunching around your neckline if you had sort of like a blazer collar or something. So yeah, I really like these sort of collarless jackets for winter time. So moving on to knitwear now, of course, because it's winter time and we are going to be living in knitwear for the next 5 months. So I recently came across a brand called Scowl Studio. They are a conscious brand, and so they're really mindful about the factories that they work with and the materials that they use. And they have the most beautiful knitwear pieces that I have seen. For example, I saw this really beautiful high neck recycled cashmere jumper. And I know you can get quite similar pieces at high street stores such as Arket or COS, but there's something about the fit of this one. The way that it just drapes over the model really, really beautifully. I would love to try this on to see how it would look. I think it just looks really, I mean, it is really expensive, but it looks really expensive. This one is £400, which is a lot, but it is genuinely something that you will wear again and again and you will have in your wardrobe for a lifetime. I also really like this cable knit vest that they have. I think this one is wool, and I just love the detailing in the cable knit. I love the shoulders. I think that a knit vest is a really nice way to show a bit of skin during the winter time. So your neck and your chest is nice and toasty and warm, but you can show a little shoulder, a little arm. I think it's a really kind of subtle way to show a bit of skin. So one last cashmere knit that I came across that I just love the look of is from the brand Demelier, which I thought only did handbags, but they also do knitwear. It is this jumper in grey. So I really like the high neck detail of this jumper. I've never seen a kind of collar like that before. And I just love the ribbing on the cuffs, and just the details I think come out really nicely on the grey version. They also have it in black and camel, but I think on the grey you can really see that detailing come out a lot more. It's a piece that is unique but also timeless. I think this is one that you will bring out again and again. It looks like it will keep you so warm. I'm going to Budapest in December with a couple friends, and I'm really eyeing up this jumper to take with me because I think it's going to be really cold when I go there. So those are my knitwear wishlist pieces. Okay, so my last category is handbags. And I'm actually really happy with my current handbag collection. However, I do feel like I'm missing a black crossbody everyday bag. I feel like that is the one thing I'm missing from my handbag collection. And especially in winter when we're walking around with our hands in our coat pockets, you don't want to have to be sort of carrying a bag in your hand. And so yeah, that is why this is the one category of bag that I think I'm missing. So I've actually got two that have been on my wish list for a really, really long time. And they are the Loewe Puzzle in a size small and the Row Banana Bag in a size small. And yeah, these have both been on my list for a really, really long time. I think that both of these bags have the qualities that I'm personally looking for in a black crossbody bag. So they both have zip closures, which is great for bag security. You can wear them both crossbody, and they are both quite compact against your body, especially when you're walking around with your hands in your pockets. You just don't want to be sort of like barging through people with a great big bag. I like how kind of slim and compact they are when they're sitting on you. I saw that Loewe have released a new line of puzzle bags. These have hardware that is the same color as the leather of the bag, and they also have a much thicker strap that says Loewe on it. I'm personally not a big fan of this new version of the puzzle. I think it's a bit too trendy for my liking. I think I would rather get the sort of original version. I definitely can't afford both the puzzle and the banana bag. I think I would have to choose either one or the other. And I'm actually leaning towards the Row banana bag just because I feel like I've seen a lot of puzzle bags around lately. And I like that the banana bag is slightly more understated. I think that a majority of people don't know where it's from, haven't seen it before, whereas the Loewe puzzle, I feel like everyone knows what that is. Everyone has one, it seems, or knows someone who has one. Whereas I like that I like that the banana bag is a bit more unknown. So that was my autumn winter wish list. I hope I can make at least one or two of those items a reality this season. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Let me know what's on your winter wish list this season, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.